Krishna will appreciate. Okay, bro. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay, next part of our program is Sunday Feast class. Today's Sunday Feast class going to present by His Grace Kamalanayan Prabhu. Kamalanayan Prabhu takes care of monthly donation program. He also takes care of BG classes on Monday, and he does book distribution. Also participate in many other temple services. With that, we will welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhu. Over to you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Let me start with the prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We will start with the Jai Radha Madhava prayer. Sarveshwari, can you please recite that?
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana
Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radhe, Jaya
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Thank you, Sarveshwari. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for coming for this Sunday Feast program. I would like to thank Satyasara Prabhuji and Jai Subhadra Mataji for giving me this opportunity. Today, we are going to see the verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 10. Chapter 18, verse 10. Please open up in your phone. Bhagavad Gita, go to vedabase.com, chapter 18, verse 10. I hope everyone has this. Okay, I recite the sloka now. Na dvesti akusalam karma kusele nanu sajjade tyagi sattva samavisto मेधावी चिन्न संशयः नाद्वस्येय कुशलं कर्म कुशले नानुसज्जते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो मेधावी चिन्न संशयः. One Prabhuji, one Mataji, one kid. Vestiya kusalam karma
कुशलेनानुसज्जते
कुशलेनानुसज्जते
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
मेधावी छिन्न संशयः
मेधावी चिन्न संशयः नाद्वेष्टि अकुशलं कर्म
कुशलेनानुसज्जते
कुशलेनानुसज्जते
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
मेधावी छिन्न संशयः
मेधावी चिन्न संशयः नाद्वेष्टि अकुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुसज्जते
त्यागी सत्त्वा समाविष्टो
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
मेधावी छिन्न संशयः
मेधावी चिन्न संशयः. Thank you everyone. You all can come forward. This is the forum that only you can ask questions to the preacher, not the preacher will ask questions. So you don't need to go behind and hide or anything, and nothing will happen here. I will read the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: the intelligent renouncer, situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. Such a nice verse, this one. And then the purport is very small one, so I'll just read the purport also. Beautiful purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. A person in Krishna consciousness or in the mode of goodness does not hate anyone or anything which troubles his body. He does work in the proper place and at the proper time without fearing the troublesome effects of his duty. Such a person, situated in transcendence, should be understood to be most intelligent and beyond all doubts in his activities. Very nice purport. So I will offer my prayer to Guru. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Saksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaga Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhuttale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapatandikam Vandegam Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvitam Tamsa Jeevam Satvaitam Savatutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Vishaga Nitam Sa Ke Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Kopesha Kopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhana Sude Devi Pranami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarupasya Cha Kripa Sindhu Payaye Vacha Padittanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaga Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This verse is very beautiful verse. We will see what this verse says line by line, and then we will dive deep into the verse. In this verse, it says Medhavi. Medhavi means intelligent person. Medhavi means intelligent. And also this verse says Tyagi. Tyagi means renouncer. So, the intelligent renouncer. Who is intelligent renouncer? One who is situated in the mode of goodness. That's why it says situated in the mode of goodness. Goodness is sattva guna, and then situated is samavisto. Sattva samavisto. So the intelligent renouncer who is situated in mode of goodness. So what he will do? What is his characters? He says, the first line, if you say that, not vesti akusalam karma. Akusalam means, inauspicious. Karma means work. We all know that. Dvesti means, hateful. So he does not have any hateful feeling towards inauspicious work. So the intelligent renouncer, one who is situated in the mode of goodness, he does not have any hateful feeling towards inauspicious work. And at the same time, he has no feeling attached to auspicious work also. That's what in the second line it says, kushele na anusachade. Anusachade means attachment. Kusale means what? Auspicious works. Akusala means inauspicious. Kusale means auspicious. So he has no attachment to auspicious work also. And the last line, if you see, Chinna Samsayaga, that means, he has no doubt. Samsayaga means doubt. He is free from all doubts. So what this verse says clearly, the person who is intelligent, renouncer, who is situated in the mode of goodness, he has no hateful feeling towards the inauspicious work. At the same time, he has no attachment to the auspicious work. And also, he has no doubts about his work. This is what this particular verse says. Now, the verse I can, whatever the verse says, I can understand. First, I wanted to give you the drawback of this verse. And also, we will see what is the, what Krishna wanted us to know from this verse. Actually, what Krishna telling us indirectly. What Krishna is telling us, you should always situate oneself in the mode of goodness and use everything in a proper way, or renounce everything in a proper way. So Krishna simply saying that, use everything in a proper way, or if you want to renounce certain things, renounce it in a proper way. That's what. So when you are using it in a proper way, when you are renouncing it in a proper way, that means you are Medhavi. You are a intelligent renouncer. That's what Krishna says. That's what we need to learn from this verse. So what one may ask the question, okay, you said, in the proper way I need to use, proper way I need to renounce. What is the proper way? Tell me, exactly how do I do it? When I say proper way, there is some accents. How do I do that? In order to know the proper way, we will know certain background things. So this verse, simply says, symptoms of proper renunciation. That's all. What are the symptoms of proper renunciation is what given in this verse. Before knowing that, we will see, the mode of goodness we talked about. So you all know about three gunas. Mode of goodness is sattva guna. Mode of passion, rajaguna. Mode of ignorance is tamaguna. So I'm not going to discuss this in detail because you all know that, all the three modes. But, these three modes, they are constituent of Prakriti. The Prakriti. Prakriti means, nothing but the material nature. Prakriti means nothing but material nature. These modes are constituent of Prakriti. So the material world is nothing but Prakriti only. And Prakriti is made of these three gunas. These three gunas and also the combination of these three gunas. So the material world is nothing but made of these three gunas and the combination of the gunas. So, and as I said before, I don't want to talk about the Prakriti also. You all know that, I don't want to discuss about that. So what Krishna here, what we need to understand here is, anything and everything we see in this world affected by the three modes of material nature. Anything and everything you see in this world affected by the three modes of material nature. So anything and everything means what? In terms of, when it comes to giving charity, the charity affects three modes. Okay? You can do the charity in a different way in mode of goodness. In the mode of passion, mode of ignorance also, you can do it in a different way. And also in the when it comes to health also, our health. Then it comes to worship also. You can do it in three different ways. And also in terms of knowledge, how we gain the knowledge. In terms of values, in terms of process of religious practice. Anything you take in this world, it all affected by three modes of material nature. And I can, nothing to offend you anyone. So I just give you an example. As I said, every action is, can be performed, the same action can be performed in different way. You outside, if you see them, they are performing the same action in mode of goodness and mode of ignorance also. But internally, their consciousness is different. Say, for example, in this class, if I am someone is closing the eyes and listening the class, they are, listening about the Krishna's message, they are situated in mode of goodness. The other person who is same action, simply closing the eyes and sleeping, they are in the mode of ignorance. So you decide which one you want to be, okay? Then, as I said, in the mode of three modes, different things. Even in terms of health, I said three modes can affect. How three modes can affect the health? If you take a health, the sattvic health, mode of goodness health. Mode of goodness health is, always focused on long-term health. So how do I get that long-term health? When I eat sattvic food. What is the sattvic food? Sattvic food means, when you take any food, any prasadam with less spice, less sour taste, less salt, everything, that is considered as a sattvic food. So when you have that sattvic food, your consciousness will be good. That's what they are saying, you are in mode of goodness. And also, we don't eat meat. And also, we don't eat any food which agitate our body. So if you are eating that food, that means you are in mode of goodness. Okay, this is mode of goodness. So this mode of goodness food, sattvic food, gives us a long-term health benefits for our body. On the other hand, if the people, those who are in mode of rajastic, so they always focus on the short-term benefit of the body. They don't consider the long-term benefit of the body. They always go for the short-term benefit. They wanted to have a short-term pleasure. So that means, they will eat spicy food, very spicy food. And also, whichever the food gives them the short-term food, and also it agitates our body. They get easily anger and everything. So those kind of people, they are, the people, those who eat those kind of food, they will be considered in short-term benefit, short-term health benefit. It won't give you, if you eat too much of spicy, too much of sour taste, anything, that will spoil your health. So that will give short-term pleasure, you will get that, short-term benefit. But long-term, it spoil your organs. That's what it is. Those people are considered to be in mode of rajastic people. And then the tamasic means how this health in terms of tamasic influence. The tamasic people, they don't even care about their body. They always eat destructive food. They always eat destructive food. Destructive food means what? They eat meat. They drink alcohol. They consume intoxicants. And also they consume, the processed food, all those things. In one way, we all, I think, at least I can say that now I am in mode of ignorance. The reason is, we make food and we keep it in the refrigerator for a month, not a month, a week or so. Then we will take it and heat it and eat it. So, I don't know. I am in mode of ignorance. I'm eating mode of ignorance food. And also the mode of ignorance people, sometimes they eat that, stale, rotten food, spoiled food, all those things, they eat that. As I said, they drink intoxicants, like alcohol, drugs, meat products and everything. So this is the example how your health influencing in the three modes of material nature. This is one example. And another example, what we are going to see is, that is an important thing, the actions. How we perform the actions in three modes of material nature. In the Sattva Guna means, whatever the actions you do it selflessly. You don't do it for yourself or your family. So unless you are in Sattva, you cannot be selfless. So you want to be a selfless character, then you have to be in a mode of goodness. If you are in selfless, then automatically you come to the mode of goodness. The Rajoguna means, the Rajoguna, they do the motivated actions. They do the motivated actions in the sense, I do something, I want to get something out of you. Otherwise, I won't do anything. So even sometimes with the God also we deal that, you give me this and I will pray. That's what we do. So the mode of Rajaguna people, they always go with, something in return. So but the majority of the people will be influenced by Rajaguna only. And the Tamaguna people. So Sattvaguna people, selfless action. Rajaguna people, selfish action. Tamaguna people, no action. Lazy people. They don't do any action. As simple as that. This is the way this three modes of material nature affects us. If we are not getting up in the early morning, not doing chanting, then we can consider that which mode we are. So, this is the mode of goodness. In the characteristic of mode of goodness action is the actions are regulated and disciplined. Because they are self-controlled people. And then they are free from the attachment. That means what? They don't attach anything. They don't look for the outcome of the action. They just do it for, Krishna, or, they wanted to do it for selflessly to help others. And also they are duty bound. Duty bound in the sense, they perform actions performed out of sense of duty, responsibility, obligations. If I am a father, if I need to take care of my family, I do it as a responsibility. I don't take it as a chance. I do it as a responsibility. If I think that, going and working, earning money and feeding my wife and kids, that's really troublesome for me. I don't want to do it. Then that means, you are not doing anything in the mode of goodness. So I will do all the responsibility action, prescribed duties I will do. This is what in the mode of goodness people do it. Then in the mode of passion people, already we discussed, they expect everything in return. Even scientists also, they are mode of passion only, because they do some action to get some result, but they don't mix bhakti there. So they can be competitive, driven. If you are doing it with the competitive, which may lead to stress, anxiety, and conflict with others. Those are the things. Then mode of ignorance. You all know that mode of ignorance, either they don't do any action, or if they do any action, that will be violent. Fighting, killing, raping, everything, it comes under the mode of ignorance. They have all the destructive habits, taking drugs and all those things. Then also they do all the irresponsible actions. Irresponsible actions means, when you, after the marriage, if they say, I don't want to, some people run away from the family. They are all mode of ignorance people, because they don't want to take the burden of the family members. So that's a thing. So this is just the background of today's verse. But in today's verse, in today's sloka, Krishna is very clearly saying that the intelligent renouncer, the person who is influenced by mode of goodness. So if you are an intelligent renouncer, then you are situated in the mode of goodness. But how do they in a proper way, they perform the renunciation. So the proper way, renunciation of devotee, what does that mean? The proper way, renunciation, if I am doing the proper way of renunciation for a devotee, what it means? That means, yugda vairagya. That's the one we are going to see today most of the time, yugda vairagya. So when you are in yugda vairagya, you will perform your actions in a proper way. Not only that, you will renounce the things in a proper way when you are situated in yugda vairagya. That's what we are going to see in today's verse. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yugdam Vairagyam Uchade. That means, what it means is, that a Krishna conscious person or a intelligent person will utilize anything and everything in this world for Krishna's service. Anything and everything in this world for Krishna's service. That's exactly what Yugda Vairagya means. So this, when you do everything and everything for Krishna means what? You are beyond mode of goodness. You are not only in mode of goodness, you are beyond mode of transcendental things. So that means we won't reject anything if you are in mode of. If you properly use that, then you don't reject anything. But we use it for Krishna's service. Say for example, Facebook. Facebook is, many people say that, all of them say that, destructive tool. We are there in the Facebook forever, and it is killing us our time, and we are seeing unwanted postings and all those things. So that means, is devotee is rejecting that? No. Devotee is using it in a proper way. We advertisement through Facebook, all the preaching, Srila Prabhupada things, comes in Facebook. And for Janmashtami, we use Facebook extensively to bring people to give some bhakti. So we are not rejecting Facebook here. We are using Facebook in a proper way. We are not spending much time in a Facebook for unwanted things, but we are using the same Facebook for spiritual things. So that's exactly what it means. Even the YouTube also, if you are there in the YouTube, if you are watching the shorts, or if you are watching the YouTube video, unwanted video, that would kill your thing. But we are using the YouTube to telecast this class, broadcast this class. So we are not rejecting anything. We are utilizing it, but in a proper way. That's it is. So In that way, we are not hateful of things also. We don't hate YouTube or we don't hate Facebook, but we are using it in a proper way. So we are not completely detached from that, and we are not hateful of things also. For example, certain things we can offer to Krishna. Certain things we cannot offer to Krishna. So, but in that doesn't mean that, I am hating those things. Say for example, onion and garlic is there. We cannot offer onion and garlic to Krishna. But at the same time, I'm not, I don't hate those things. If others are eating, I will advise them not to eat and, to bring back within the Krishna consciousness. So if I am hating those things, that means, the basic principle, what is the basic principle? You should love every living entity. Then you are going away from that. You love giving the positive message. Include them by giving your association. That's what it is. So, but how do we do that? By knowledge we do this. By knowledge we come to know which is not favorable to bhakti, which is favorable to bhakti. That means, anukulya, pratikulya. So, here, if it is not anukulya for bhakti, we won't use it. We won't use it, but if it is anukulya for bhakti, then we will use it. Then with the knowledge, we approach something which is favorable to bhakti and we utilize it and we will use it for Krishna's service. Anything we can take it, but we will use it for Krishna's service. So with the knowledge, we approach something which is favorable to bhakti, we utilize it and we will use it for Krishna's service. This is called, so we will use it for Krishna's service. We gain knowledge first and we will use, with the knowledge, we will use anything for Krishna's service. That is called Yukta Vairagya. So this is the real crux of today's verse. Now we will see, earlier we saw how the health, in three modes of nature. And also we saw actions in three modes of nature. But in today's verse, related to renunciation, we will see renunciation in three modes of nature. Okay? We will see. First, we will see how the mode of ignorant person or darkness person practices their renunciation. Everyone is practicing the renunciation. If something I don't like, I am giving up. Everyone is doing that. That's what the renunciation is. So, how mode of ignorant people renunciating the things, giving up the things, they renunciate out of fear. This comes under passion also, but they mostly, the ignorant people, they renounce it, giving up the things out of fear. And then they renounce out of sense gratification. If it is not satisfying my senses, material senses, then I don't want to do that. If the chanting doesn't give taste for my senses, then I don't want to do it. So that means mode of ignorance renunciation. Then they renounce out of laziness. If you need to do the prescribed duty, but I don't want to go and work, earn money, why do I need to feed my kid and wife? If they think like that, because of that I don't want to go and work or something, because of the laziness they are doing it, then they are renouncing out of laziness. And also, and then another thing what I said now, they renounce the things out of not doing the duty. They have to do the prescribed duty, but they renounce not doing the prescribed duty. That is also they do that. See, these are the things in mode of ignorance. In the mode of passion, they renounce a thing for name and fame. I'll tell you an example. When I was like 15 or 16 years old, and also the mode of rajastic people, they do it for name and fame, and they do it for something they wanted in return. Both of them are there. If something it is going to benefit for me or my family, then I will do it. Otherwise, I don't want to do it. So, like I was 15 or 16. we usually, I came from a village area, so we usually celebrate, the suburb of Trichy. We usually celebrate the temple celebration, 3-day celebration. So we go and collect the money from donation from several people. So the temple management asked us to go and collect the money. So I went and asked several people at that time, then I asked one person, he is a rich person. And I asked him, can you donate something for the temple festival? We need money. Then he said, he asked me for the 3 days, how much is the total cost? I told him that somewhere around $35,000 to $40,000, 40,000 rupees. At that time, it is really big money. 40,000 rupees it takes. Then he said, okay, I can give you the full money, but with one condition. At that time, there is no flex board or anything. And he said, every nook and corner, my photo should be there. You need to post, on the wall, everywhere, throughout the temple or outside also, my poster should be there. And, you should not put any other person's photos also. He is ready to give 40,000 rupees. And he said, all these conditions. And I told him that, I don't know, I cannot make any decision. I'll go and tell my management, temple management, whatever they say, I will come on. Then I went and asked. And then my temple manager surprisingly said, we will go with that guy. Because the reason is, everybody is giving 5 rupees, 10 rupees. Not enough money for doing the temple celebration. He said, okay, we will go with that guy. Then as per his wish, we got the money and we celebrated. As he said, he paid the money for all the posters and everything. We did not pay. But, our people, volunteers, they, posted everywhere. The simple celebration was over. So he gave the charity in mode of passion. He wanted the name and fame. But another good thing, we did not know that because in the next 1 or 2 months, the local elections came. Local election. This guy wanted to contest as a ward councillor. He wanted to participate in the election. So he got name and fame, and also he got the popular vote also. So he won that election also. So anyway, he would have spent the 40,000 rupees for the election. He spent it here for the temple cause, and he got this one as well as the other one also. So this is how, if you are doing anything, if you are doing the charity or anything within with this kind of idea in your mind, then definitely you are doing it in the mode of passion. That's what it is. So, and also they want to do it for sense gratification. And also the another thing, the mode of passion people, they will renounce the things if they are sure that, before they taking the work, if that work is going to be failure, then they won't take the work. But devotees are not like that. If you are situated in mode of goodness, you don't bother about the outcome of the work. But these people always look for the outcome of the work, what I will get. If it is going to be a failure, then they will say, no, I don't want, I'll reject it. So those kind of mentality they have. In the mode of goodness people, I already said, mode of goodness means they are selfless people. They do all the humanitarian services, charity, which is very good. Charity, I said, in the previous mode of passion, they do it for name and fame or everything for the charity. But in the mode of goodness, they don't bother about anything. They just give the money, do the charity. They don't come for, outside and I am doing this also. They won't advertise that. That's what it is. So mode of passion people, also do charity, but they expect something in return. So we saw, just now we see 3 modes, how you do the renunciation. There is one another mode. That mode is, transcendental renunciation. What is the transcendental renunciation? Suddha Sattva renunciation. Suddha Sattva. We use everything for Krishna's service. That means, I am not using this. I am using it for Krishna's service. So that means transcendental renunciation, Suddha Sattva renunciation. As a devotee, we have to transcend to these three modes of renunciation, at least we have to be in mode of goodness. Once you are in mode of goodness, you can transcend to this transcendental goodness. So, okay, what is transcendental goodness? Mode of goodness, I know. What is transcendental goodness? As I promised, I won't ask any questions and expecting the answer from you. I will tell you the answer, but what is transcendental goodness? Transcendental goodness means, first you recognize the Supreme Lord Krishna. This is and then use everything for His service. That's what transcendental goodness. Without recognizing Krishna, if you are using it, then that is no use. But you need to agree that Supreme Lord is Krishna, and then you are using everything for His service. That is called transcendental goodness. So we have seen all these things. I told you about. We are going to talk most about Yukta Vairagya. Now we will see. How do we do this Yukta Vairagya? Yukta Vairagya, there is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 27. Yat karosi yat asnasi yat ignosi tadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat krushva mat arpanam. Thank you, Samanvita. So what this verse says is, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So this is such a beautiful verse. So if you are doing the transcendental renunciation, that is what? Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever anything, you do it as an offering to me. That's what, Yukta Vairagya. This is how you need to practice Yukta Vairagya. How do I practice? Even if I take anything, that's the reason devotees, before eating it, they are going and offering. Then they are taking it as a prasadam and eating it. So anything, you offer it and then you take it. So anything you do it as an offering to me. When we do this, we are just cultivating the Yukta Vairagya. Simple thing. Even kids are, going to the school and anything. Before they do any work, they are chanting and they are thinking that consciousness-wise, I am offering this to Krishna. Then that is a Yukta Vairagya. That's exactly. Then the fourth chapter, also Krishna says, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. This verse is, beautiful verse. This verse also Krishna says, very clearly says in this verse, you offer everything to me only. Here Krishna very clearly says, everything to me only. So, you offer everything to me only. But most of the people, misunderstand this verse, Brahmarpanam. That means, okay, I need to offer everything to Brahma. Brahma means, impersonal realization. That's what they think, impersonal Brahman. So they think that, offering to impersonal Brahman or Paramatma. But, for devotees who has the highest understanding, it is not Brahmarpanam, it is Krishnarpanam. It is Krishnarpanam. So this verse, in this way, do everything for Krishna. This is how you practice the Yukta Vairagya. This is how you practice the Yukta Vairagya. Then one may ask the question, why should we practice Yukta Vairagya? I know, you said, how do we practice? Everything you give it to Krishna. That's what you are saying. I understand that. But why do I need to do it? Why do I need to do it? Suppose if I am doing it for myself, what will happen? That's what we are going to see that. Why should we practice Yukta Vairagya? So, when you practice Yukta Vairagya, if you are doing it everything for Krishna, the major thing, you don't incur any karma. Because I am not doing it for myself. It's not for my own sense enjoyment I am doing it. When you incur karma, if you are doing it for your own sense enjoyment, any work you do it. Any work you do it, if you are doing it for yourself, then you will incur karma. Either good karma or bad karma. But if you are doing it for Krishna, then Krishna is the one taking the benefit of that work. I am not taking the benefit of the work. If I am cooking, and then, after cooking immediately, I know I'm tasting it, how this the things, prasadam came out, and eating it, all those things. If I am doing it for myself, then there, I incur karma. Because if I, anything offense I did, that I incur pava or, punya, all those things. But I am doing it for Krishna. I'm doing it for Krishna and I am offering it. But I'm not rejecting it. After offering it, I am taking at his remainings. I'm taking it as a. So, when the Yuddha Vairagya, when you practice Yuddha Vairagya, the most important thing is, we don't incur any karma. The first point. Then the second point, Yuddha Vairagya destroys our material desire. Yuddha Vairagya destroys our karma. Yuddha Vairagya destroys our material desire. On top of these two things, Yuddha Vairagya destroys my ahankara. That's the most important thing. So when you practice Yuddha Vairagya, you will get the benefit of, you won't incur any karma, you won't have any material desire, you won't have a ahankara also. Ahankara means false ego. I, me, mine. Everything. So you will come out of that feeling also when you practice Yuddha Vairagya. So now, how Yuddha Vairagya destroys my karma? As I said, I am not doing it for my own sense enjoyment. I am doing it for Krishna. Recently, Satyasara Prabhuji, discussed this karma in one of the class, Nectar of Devotion, I guess. So, like when you practice Yuddha Vairagya, not only whenever I do the action, I am doing it for Krishna, not only for that karma, I won't incur any karma for that action. Krishna says, your karma will be destroyed, aprarabdha karma, bijam, kutam, bijam, prarabdha karma, and one more level it goes, even sanchita karma also will be wiped out from the bank of karma. So you won't incur any karma. Not only present actions, even you incur any karma from the previous action, those things also will be destroyed, removed completely from the root. When you practice Yuddha Vairagya. Yuddha Vairagya is nothing but anything you do the action, just offer it to Krishna. That's exactly. Then another thing. So first we are clear about Yuddha Vairagya destroys our, don't incur any karma. It removes completely from the root of that. We are free from karma. Then we are going to see how does it destroys material desire. Because I said, three things. We saw karma. Now we are going to see how Yuddha Vairagya destroys our material desires. Yuddha Vairagya gives us an understanding that material desire is cause of my suffering. That you will get that understanding. Krishna very clearly says, beautifully says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 44, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasakdanam Daya Paruha Setasam. So Bhoga means what? Here Bhoga means material enjoyment. Aishwarya means opulent. You take it. These two are the things culprit to contaminate our mind. When you have a material enjoyment, sense enjoyment, and also if you have a, opulence, suppose if you have not enough money, you have a material sense enjoyment, but you don't have enough money or enough wealth, how can you enjoy it? But if you have both of them, I have an enjoyment, I want to enjoy, I want to, anything, any material enjoyment, you take it. If I want to do it, I want to drink liquor, but when I go and ask that, the store says, it's $100 or more than that, but I have the money also, what will I do? It fulfills my material. I'm just giving the example. Any material sense enjoyment, if you have a wealth as well as if you have a boha, the material desire, then these two things, will bewilder your mind. So when mind is bewildered, you automatically engage in sinful activity. When your mind is bewildered, you automatically engage in sinful activities. You all know that sinful activity is the cause of suffering. Sinful activity is the cause of suffering. So when you do what Yugda Vairagya does it, it removes material desires. Not only it removes, how does it remove material desires when I do Yugda Vairagya? It removes material desires by giving alternate desire, spiritual desire. When I am doing all the services for Krishna, I will have the spiritual desires, so the material desires automatically goes away. This is how Yugda Vairagya helps me remove the desire, material desire. So, but desire is there. No one can be in this world, without desire. Everyone will have a desire. But we are changing the desire from material desire to spiritual desire. Instead of, so spiritual desire means what? Even now, take example, today, instead of going to the bar, we all come to the temple. We are here. Instead of sitting and watching the TV, we came here to hear the Krishna Kada. So by this, you are doing the service, you are giving your time, energy, everything for Krishna. So this is Yugda Vairagya. So when you do that, now you tell me this 1 hour at least, 1 hour or 2 hours, you are not thinking about any material things. So your material desires automatically goes away. And you are increasing your spiritual desire. I don't know at the end of the class what you gain or not, but this is what it says. I am saying that. So you will lose the material desire and you will gain the spiritual desire. So Yugda Vairagya, replacing the material desires with the spiritual desire. So there is a positive engagement for the soul. Material desire will satisfy your senses, material senses. But the spiritual desire will satisfy your soul. When you have the soul satisfaction, that slowly removes all your material desires. That's what. So while we avoid negative things, but we engage in positive things, that's why, we engage in the positive. That's why it is so successful. Which one is so successful? Yugda Vairagya is so successful. So even, we are, as I said before, Facebook and everything, I said, this one I said in the previous class also. I use it for Krishna's thing. Even then take the internet, www, whatever it is. You can use the internet for going to Netflix. Or you can use the same internet for going to vedabase.com. It is my desire to go to vedabase.com, reading the scriptures. When I am involving more and more and doing this activity, going to Netflix is coming down. My desire towards Netflix is coming down. That is because Yugda Vairagya. I am devoting more of my time to, reading the vedabase.com. That's exactly what it is. So by this way, and when you do that, Yugda Vairagya, again and again and again, you develop a higher taste. You develop a higher taste. That higher taste is param drishtva nivartate. I had a material desire, taste, that is lower taste considerably. But when I focus on Krishna and do services for him, I am getting higher taste. Why I am getting higher taste? Because my soul is satisfied. Whenever your soul is satisfied, that taste will give you highest taste, not the lowest one. So this is how Yugda Vairagya removes your material desire. So we have seen two things. One is Yugda Vairagya removes karma. Another one is Yugda Vairagya removes material desire. Now we will see Yugda Vairagya, how Yugda Vairagya destroys my ahankara. My false ego, how it is removed. So ahankara is, deeply rooted in all living entities, not only us. So ahankara means what? Ahankara means I am this body, not the soul. That's what ahankara means. I am this body, not the soul. So misidentification with the body is called ahankara. So, but Yugda Vairagya process will slowly and steadily make us to realize that I am spirit soul. Because I am doing all the services for Krishna. So I got the spiritual desires, more and more spiritual desires. When I get more and more spiritual desires, when I say that, Krishna is everything, there, I am removing myself from there. So my ahankara is going away. How do you know that, when I am not body and spiritual, then ahankara is going on. So when you think that, you are a spiritual soul, not the body, what is your duty? Your duty is what? Love and serve Krishna. In that way, Krishna takes our ahankara, slowly reduces the ahankara. How you feel that, when your ahankara is reducing? I am doing everything. Krishna says that, when you do more Yuddha Vairagya, you will get the spiritual desire. At that time, I will slowly reduce your ahankara. But how do I realize that, my ahankara is going away? That means, we develop patience. We develop tolerance. Our anger subsides. This is how we experience that our ahankara is going down. It's a true statement. Before we come to Krishna consciousness, before we see all these things, our ahankara is up somewhere. But now, your spouse is asking you to do something, you are doing it. You are doing it. To some extent, you are doing it. You are tolerating it. Your kids' activities, your friends, everybody. This comes because of Yugda Vairagya. So I'm telling that fact. It's not that this comes from the Yugda Vairagya only. So, like most importantly, all these things are okay. It removes material desires, it removes karma, it removes, ahankara and everything. But most importantly, when I do Yugda Vairagya, what would I get? The thing. It removes everything. It even if it removes everything, at the end, I get the pure love, prema, for Krishna. That is the ultimate thing when you do Yugda Vairagya. So, and then the process of Yugda Vairagya, since we don't have much time, I will try to finish it up. How much time? 10 more minutes? Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Then you will leave space for the questions. Yeah. Then I will cover those also. Okay. 10 more minutes. Process of Yugda Vairagya. The process of Yugda Vairagya means what? How do we engage? That's the process of Yugda Vairagya. You cannot engage everything in the service of the Lord. It has to be anukulya, favorable to Krishna. I cannot go and take meat and put in front of Krishna. It has to be anukulya. So in order to know which one is anukulya, anukulya means favorable to Krishna. Pradikul means not favorable to Krishna. But I need to know that which one is favorable, which one is not favorable. How do I get that? By cultivating the knowledge. How do I get the knowledge? Through Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So when I surrender to my Guru, when I surrender to, we read the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, everything, I will get the knowledge. With the knowledge, I will come to know what is favorable for Krishna and what is not favorable for Krishna. So, the knowledge, Anukul, Pradikul, these three things, we always need to do this triangle validation is extremely important, because without the proper knowledge, you will think that, Pradikul also Krishna's favorable thing. You will go and offer that. So you have to have a proper knowledge and Anukul and Pradikul things. So this is what, and also another important point is, to the degree we develop attraction to Krishna, that degree we lose taste for material attachment. To the degree I am going this way, I will lose taste for going to the material attachment. So it's as simple as it is. If I am spending more time for Krishna, then material desire, go away. Otherwise, if I am, that I'm talking about myself. If I am not doing any service, if I am not doing chanting or anything, what will I do? I will go and sit in the sofa and take the phone and, do. Then my material desire will increase. But if I am doing that, my material desire is going down. So please put all your effort towards Krishna. That's exactly what it is. So I will skip most of the things because, we have less time. In this world, we are all suffering because of the material desires we have. We are all suffering now in the material world. What is happiness? The real happiness is no suffering. Real happiness is what? No suffering. There is no such real happiness here. We assume that we are happy, but when we say that we are happy, that means we are not suffering. That's all. The real happiness you will get only in the spiritual world. So when you do bhakti, yugda vairagya, you will get a real happiness. How do you realize that you are getting the real happiness? You will feel ecstasy. You will feel ecstasy, crying, all those things. So, but in order to increase my yugda vairagya, the most important thing what we should do is, the chanting. Chanting is the one, gives you all strength. When you do that, the yugda vairagya will grow more and more. Chanting will remove our impurity from the heart. All those things. So when you chant the holy name, it is like Purna Suddha Nidya Mukto Abhinatvan Nama Naminaha. Purna Siddho means what? Completely pure. Nidya Mukto. Nidya Mukto means, Nitya means eternal. Mukto means highest liberation. For highest liberation from all kinds of clutches. That means, highest liberation means what? Highest liberation from this material entanglement. All type of material entanglement. What are the material entanglement we have now? We are bound to karma. And then the three modes of material nature also affecting us. And also time is affecting us. And also our subhava. And then the material desire. All things, all these things pulling me away from Krishna and going towards to Maya. So when I chant heartfully, these things, will go away. That's what it is. The thing is. So Krishna says, please chant, your yugda vairagya will improve great. That's the reason Krishna says, Purna Suddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatvan Nama Naminaha. There are more things here, but I wanted to cover one small thing and then we will summarize and then we'll finish it up. It will take only 2 minutes. In today's verse also, we talked about mostly renouncing things. But there is a sannyasi also. This whole 18th chapter, if you take from 1st verse to 12th verse, it talks about the perfect sannyasi and perfect renunciation. At one point, they both are equal kind of. So sannyasi means what? In general, sannyasi means what? In general, sannyasi means, they take, they go to Himalayas or they do Kashi or anywhere. They go away from the family and, they go there and they don't do any actions. But they go away from the material desires. That's what the real the sannyasi in the general world. But in Vaishnava terms, sannyasi is not like that. Sannyasi means, of course, they are away from the material life. They don't have a wife. They will not have kids or anything. They will away from the household life. But more than that, they will do all kinds of actions towards Krishna. And the general sannyasi, they won't do any actions. But in Vaishnava concept, the sannyasi will do all kinds of actions. They, preach. For example, take our Guru Maharaj, Romapada Swami Maharaj, even the Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, everybody, they are preaching till this day. But, in the real world, the sannyasi means what? They go to Kashi or somewhere, they sit alone and they elevate themselves and go. But they don't do any actions. But here, Romapada Swami Maharaj, with this material world, he is catching the flight, going to the different city and preaching and bringing everyone inside the Krishna consciousness. And he is doing every day Nitya Karmas also. But doing it for Krishna. So the real sannyasi in the Vaishnava terms, it is totally different from the general world sannyasi. But Srila Prabhupada introduced one more term also, Grahastha sannyasi. The Grahastha sannyasi is nothing but they will have a material life, like, they will have a wife, children, everything, job and everything. But if the Grahastha sannyasi means, they will have all those things, even though they have everything, but they devote everything to Krishna service. That is Grahastha sannyasi. This Srila Prabhupada introduced this word. So in Krishna consciousness, Grahastha sannyasi and the Vaishnava sannyasi, there is no difference. They, except they don't have a wife and everything, material life, the sannyasi. But here also, Grahastha sannyasi, they have this, but they are, renouncing everything for what? Krishna's service. And one way, there is no difference between Grahastha sannyasi and the sannyasi. And we will see the summarize now. So, first one, we talked about material nature, which is Prakriti. Material, three modes of material nature. And we talked about, in terms of health, how it is affects in three modes. And also we talked about actions, how it affects in three modes. And also we talked about renunciation, how it affects in three modes. And also we saw the transcendental renunciation also. Then we talked about, how do we do this Yugda Vairagya? How do we do this Yugda Vairagya? And then Yugda Vairagya means what? Everything, every service needs to divert it to Krishna. Then why we need to practice Yugda Vairagya? Three things. We will destroy karma, material desire, and ahankara. So we also detailedly discuss how it destroys karma, material desires, and ahankara. And also we discussed about Pratikul, Anukul, the process of Yugda Vairagya. Then the chanting we discussed. And also I finally talked about, sannyasi and Grahastha sannyasi. So this is the today's class. With that, I just want to end here. I'm really, please forgive me if I misspoken something or if I hurt anybody by saying anything, by sitting here. I'm very sorry for that. Please forgive me. That's it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So you explained, Prabhuji, we need to know like unfavorable thing and unfavorable thing, and what you need to offer Krishna, what should not offer Krishna. But sometime in my case, we need to cook food, whatever kids want, and just because of not for the karmic reaction, we offer food to Krishna. But is that like I'm being more selfish here? Or because we are just like, huh?
No, Mataji. I think, that's what Satyasara Prabhu once in a class, the Gita Ashraya class, he said, if you are repeatedly doing this mistake, then it is happens. But once in a while, chanting is the important thing. Assume that, while doing chanting, your, of course, mother or father, I would not say that father-in-law or mother-in-law, father or mother, they need water immediately. They are choking or something. What would you do? You give water. Purposely you are not doing it. You are purposely you are not going away from but the situation made you to do that. So in that sense, Satyara Prabhu clearly told us, unknowingly if you are doing it, or knowingly also one or two times, Krishna will forgive. But if you take it that as an excuse for doing it again and again, then definitely it happens.
What was her
The
question?
question is, when Mataji prepares food, sometimes, the kids are hungry. Kids, they really need that food. So sometimes Mataji, maybe offering it, immediately taking out also.
No, it's like sometimes they want to eat pizza, something. So I make pizza in home, and I just like, okay, I have to offer Krishna because without offered, we don't eat. So I
That's
just
true,
go
that's
and
what-
offered, and I'm just sitting. But I don't think so. I'm thinking about Krishna or no. I'm just like, okay, I have to make some food and I'll just make.
No, but if you are making the food in a Vaishnava way, any food you can offer,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Then okay, then. But sometimes you are not offering.
But
That's
mostly I'm like thinking about like family things, kids,
Yeah, yeah.
husband.
Yes, everyone is like that. Mother. You are,
That's why.
practicing devotee only. At least I am not. Cook while cooking. Mm. The consciousness. The consciousness is that's
Krishna gave kids to take care, right? So you're doing that duty.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you are doing your duty, Mataji. That is Krishna gave.
But that's what. But we cannot give this excuse all the time. So Krishna is. I am doing the duty. So whatever I want to do, I will do.
Correct.
You stay calm, kind of. That's. We need to correct also.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other questions?
Do you have to like offer what if you don't like offer the food for one day?
Yes. One day, purposely, you said that I don't want to offer it for Krishna. I don't like him today. So that's a mood you are having it, or by mistake you are not offering that one day.
No, like accidentally.
Ah.
You forgot.
Accidentally forget. That's okay. That's what. But you should not take that as an excuse. Okay, today I did not offer, so tomorrow also I will do. So Krishna will excuse. You should not have that feeling. From tomorrow, you should always think that you should offer to Krishna before eating it.
Okay.
Wonderful question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you for the class, Prabhu. Could you kindly comment on scientists actually trying to endeavoring to actually reach to Mars and Moon? So is that really required? So
Recently I heard that it's not required. Easy way to go to other planets. Recently I read that book also a couple of times, multiple times. Easy Journey to Other Planets. Such a wonderful book. But they are endeavoring it. It's nothing wrong in it. But, they cannot come to the ultimate point because they are saying that, in the Mars also we can go on stage and all those things. But Krishna, made the living entities, even within this material world. Why some living entities living in the water, not on the ground, but why we are not able to live under the water? So Krishna made living entities such a way they can stay in according to his nature. But if you try to break that, this is what the Shastra says, this is what I heard, definitely you will fail on that. That's what it is. So going to Mars, going everywhere, I don't want to discourage the science portion also, okay, but more than science, that's what we are trying here. More than science. If you are in science and you do all the experiments without doing spiritual, even I know many scientists from India, after retirement, they think that I wasted my life in the science and field, but I need to practice the Bhakti Yoga now. They came here. So at the end, they will realizing that, Bhakti is the one going to give the ultimate benefit, not the material things. So anybody else has anything? Yeah. Offline, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful class. Thank you for giving an emphasis about Yukta Vairagya. So we want to hear from you more and more. We will show our gratitude by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhu. So next part of our program is Arati. I'm going to do Pujari service and Krishna Chaitanya will do Arati Kirtan. You're singing. Hang on 1 second. What's that? I'm going to get that mic. That's it. Or are you playing Kirtan? Are you playing Kirtan? You're gonna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Nila Madharada, Nila Madharade, Jaya Radha Nila Madharada, Nila Madharade, Jaya Radha Kala Chanji Radha, Kala Chanji Radhe, Jaya Radha Kala Chanji Radha, Kala Chanji Radhe, Jaya Radha Sham Sundar Radha, Sham Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radha Sham Sundar Radha, Sham Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Radhe, Jaya Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha, Govinda Radhe, Radha Govinda Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Everybody please bow down to the deities. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimati A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Anantakoti Vaishnavarundi ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय. श्री मायापुर धाम की जय. श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. गंगामयी यमुनामयी की जय. भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. Bharat Mridanga ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For the
Right. Vivatsa. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Dala dala dadaine.
La la Dadaine.
Hiranyakashipuraksha.
Anyakashi Purvaksha.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Tiladankanakalaye.
Tornasimho paratornasimho.
To Narsimha Parato Narsimha.
Yato yato yami tato nasimho.
Yato yato yami Prato Narsimha.
Vahe nasimho hridaye nasimho. Vahe
Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha.
Narasimha Madev Sharanam Prapade.
Simhamadim Sarana Prapade.
Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuranga Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Makara Kamanavari Naka Adhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Anupinga Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.